When he was a freshman, I think we're beginning to underrate him as a junior. He's on track to be the third leading scorer in the history of the University of Maryland. Think about that.
Webster has his shot blocked. I saw Maryland a couple of weeks ago. They've had a favorable schedule, but things have gone well for them. It's a strong team, and Michigan State pushes its lead out to 5 on the tip in from Bridges. He's now got 9.
Yeah, we've seen everything from Bridges. The 3, catching it in transition, shooting it with his right hand, and that move on the tip in. See all that pick and roll right now. Michigan State, pretty good job.
Watson misses badly. Here come the Spartans, and here's Winston, the young point guard, pulling up. You mentioned it, Fran, a little better on offense than Tum Tum there. Nairn's a terrific leader, great defender, and all that, but Winston's a little better scorer.
Yeah, and I think Tom Izzo starts Tum Tum because he wants him to set the tone defensively. And so far, it's worked out very well.
Into the corner to McVeigh. Chimunga puts the shoulder down, cleared out a little space, and got the foul.
Yeah, I really like this kid. We had him at Under Armour camp, and he was really impressive and got a great motor.
Watson commits the foul out front after Winston faked him. It's his first.
Take a look at the big youngster. You know, he played at the McCallie School in Springfield, Massachusetts. You know what his high school teammate was? Brad Calipari. Freshman at Kentucky, John's son. Really good job right there using his body. He didn't run Ward over, but he cleared, as you said, a little space. But, you know, for a freshman, Reese, he moves well. He's got some size.
Now, you mentioned John's son, Brad. Watch Brad in practice the other day. He scraps around, holds his own with those lottery picks. Big blue rolls out there, huh?
You know,
nice looking player.
His mom's unhappy this year about the lack of playing time.
Is she threatening a transfer for Brad or her?
No,
Brad will stay.
She's not going anywhere. Brad might leave. Ellen's staying put.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a terrific game. Shot clock, and Michigan State has the 8-point lead. And that's a good sign for the kid from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, he's really starting to figure it out. Highly recruited, but got off to a slow start because of injuries. I love his toughness. I thought when he committed to Michigan State, it was a great choice because he's an Izzo kind of kid.
Webster. See some of that little lift that Ty has when he goes into the lane.
Both of these guards for Watson not on the floor now. They can score multiple ways. Webster really athletic.
Aaron Harris coming up the screen, and there's going to be a foul called.
Now you see some of this athleticism of Ty Webster. He's 6'4". When he came here, he was thought to be sort of a savior because of his international rep, but senior year, he's been outstanding, and that's a really nice post move for the youngster from Auckland, New Zealand, who Reese, when he was 17 years old, played on the New Zealand national team, and when he was 19, he played against Team USA in that plethora of NBA players in the FIBA World Cup, so he's got a lot of experience.
Scoring average has steadily gone up. He's third in Big Ten in scoring right now. Last foul was on Matt Van Dyke, and he takes a seat. And Kyle Arns wearing 0 for the Spartans, getting some time. And Harris is going to be called for impeding the progress of McVeigh. First on him.
Aaron Harris, the transfer from West Virginia. He averaged 17 a game as a sophomore for Bob Huggins, and then decided to get closer to home. And he wasn't really the style of defender that Huggs was looking for, but he certainly could put the ball in the basket.
And a good slip by McVeigh, and the follow in by Jacobson.
Yeah, no surprise. This young man is one of the better offensive rebounders in the Big Ten. Only a sophomore. I really like his motor, and his offense is improving.
Some nifty feet by Ward, but he couldn't finish the shot. You know, this Michigan State team, seeing them give up that offensive rebound calls to mind. They're not what you typically see from Michigan State in terms of being a rebounder.
No, and a lot of that is because of the injuries. You know, Gavin Schilling is one of the better defensive players in the Big Ten, and Ben Carter, the transfer from UNLV, is going to miss the season. Both of them are out.
And Webster, the one he'd probably like to have back on the reach as the man went by. Michigan State has a 4-point lead. McVeigh couldn't get it to go, but Jacobson was there to clean it up.
Range Rover Sport. Land Rover. Above and beyond.
It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight.
Really? Is this the part where I say hit it?
Yeah. Hit it.
It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. It takes two to make it. It takes two. It takes two to make it. It takes two to make it. It takes two to make it.
To prepare themselves. Nivea Men Cream. Super fast absorbing and non-greasy. Nivea makes you feel good in your skin. Nivea Men Cream. Crafted just for you. Nivea Men. It starts with you. Get your free sample at NiveaMenUSA.com.
Miles Bridges, get out of Flint, continuing the legacy for the Spartans.
Oh, yeah, when you think of Flint, you think of guys like Cleaves, Bo Pete, Charlie Bell, and this kid off to a terrific start. Despite the injury, which forced him to miss a number of games, he's got the whole offensive package. We saw this down in Atlantis early in the year, Champions Classic. He's played a great, many tough games so far. What I love about him is not just the athleticism, but the skill level. He's shooting the three, shooting with both hands. And you know what, Tom? The best compliment Tom Izzo could give Miles Bridges, he said, he is a blue-collar superstar. And he certainly is a member of the Flintstones. You think of all the great players that are coming out of that state.
Finished his high school career at Huntington Prep. He started it at Flint Southwestern Academy, which is Charlie Bell's alma mater.
Exactly.
You know, the thing about Bridges, you mentioned that he might well be the guy who enters the NBA draft, but earlier this year, Tom Izzo heard a voice, heard someone yell, "I love this place," and it was Bridges. He's enjoying the college experience for now. McVeigh misses the three for the second time, and now a little up and down. Here come the Spartans. Tum-tum. Missed it. Ellis with a foul.
Terrific speed by Tum-Tum there, and Alvin Ellis, the senior out of Chicago, that's the kind of effort he's given Tom Izzo this season. Team shorthanded, not quite as deep as they've been, but Ellis has been a nice factor for this Spartan coaching staff.
And willing to play anywhere on the floor, sometimes by necessity.
It's a great point. He's even played power forward this year.
He was shuffling those puppies, hoping to get set up for the shot there. Spartans turn it over instead as we head down toward the 6-minute mark here in the first half in Lincoln. Glad to have you with us. Big Ten on ESPN. Reese Davis, Fran Fraschilla with you. Watson. Do you like that little Euro step there?
Yeah.
Draw the foul.
And he rejected the screen again, so you got to force him to the screen. But watch this speed right here by Tum Tum. Gets all the way to the rim, and then Ellis gets the cleanup, putback.
And Nairn just picks up his first foul. Brandon, he'll take a break. Fresh 30 after the foul. Huskers have it baseline out of bounds, and they'll toss it out front to Isaiah Roby, who's in the game.
Roby looks like he's 14 years old, but he's got a chance to be really good. He's about 30 pounds away from being a very solid Big Ten player.
And as Van Dyke and Chimanga were fighting for position, Van Dyke picks up his second foul.
Matt Van Dyke came to Michigan State as a walk-on and probably expected to play a little two-guard, small forward at 6'5", but he's had to play an awful lot inside, and he's got a relentless motor.
He'll need it when he gets locked up on Chimanga because he's giving up half a foot and 55 pounds. He jumped out there and forced the turnover. There, good play by Matt defensively. So here's Winston.
Lots of pin downs here. Look for a jump shot.
You expected a physical game as Evan Taylor's called for the foul. It's his second. They're making Pat Driscoll and the guys out there calling the game tonight. They're making sure no two hands and people out front.
You know, when you're on the road in a league like this, you don't care how pretty the game is. You just want to come away with one more point. It's just so hard to win in places like this.
Bridges didn't have much rotation on that shot. Good feed from Webster. Chimanga got too far into the basket and couldn't get the shot up.
Nice anticipation by McQuaid.
Good catch by McQuaid to keep it from going out of bounds, too. On the pull up, and another rebound for the big kid from Montreal. On the drive, Watson tucked that ball away like an old Nebraska fullback to protect and keep it from being knocked away, and a foul's called inside. Foul's called on Winston. That's his first. NBA Friday doubleheader starts with an old school rivalry. Isaiah Thomas and the Celtics. That still seems odd to a man my age. Hosting the Lakers. You expect to say Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons, don't you? 8 o'clock Eastern time, and as soon as that one's over, it'll be Portland for the Mavericks and the Trailblazers. NBA Countdown charged by Mountain Dew at 7. All of it streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. On the subject of the NBA, Nebraska tonight is retiring the number 10 of Tyronn Lue, who had a great career here as a guard. We expect that Cavaliers head coach will join us for a little while in the second half.
Outstanding. Yeah, he played here 3 years before leaving for the NBA, played 11 years, was a terrific assistant, elevated last year. NBA title, I'd say so far so good for Tyronn Lue.
And as a player, for those who might not remember him in college, he scored nearly 1,600 points here. He'll be the fourth number to be raised to the rafters.
He played for a guy that had a lot of impact on my career, Danny Nee. I worked for Danny for 6 years. I was in Nebraska for 12 days.
You actually beat me to that.
Mm-hmm.